A show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon Spa Nail and Barbershop, the Wellness Center, Medical and Behavioral Health Clinics, Ticely Cross Deliciously Smooth Cider, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light Bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. This is The Big Story. I'm Kathy Richards. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this edition. In studio with me is a very brand new face at the BVI Chamber of Commerce's office. We are so familiar with Laurelie Mercer around the Green VI doing all that great work. And now you have transitioned. You're now with the BVI Chamber of Commerce. It's such a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Under this brand.
Thank you very much.
Really great logo. I love it.
Thank you.
Stands out a lot.
We have to give compliments to Rave Studios. Mr. Devon Carlwood, he was the one that assisted us with getting our logo up and running.
Okay, so how are you doing in this new role?
It's different re-entering the business atmosphere after being out of it for quite a while. As you know, I used to work for the Department of Trade. Before the hurricanes, I was working in the Small Business Bureau. So it's interesting being back in that space and seeing how much growth some of the businesses that I would have worked along with at that time have done, and seeing that there are so many new entrants into the space and a lot of young people. So it's exciting, it's interesting, getting my feet wet again. So I'm really looking forward to what I can learn as well as what I can assist with seeing come to fruition.
Yeah, and between that time, while you're now getting your feet wet, you were getting your feet dirty.
Yeah.
How was that experience for you?
That was awesome. I've always had a love for the environment. As you know, my first career, I worked for several years with the Conservation and Fisheries Department, environmental planning analyst and environmental planner. So, and I've taught geography at BVI High School / Elmore Stout, St. George's Secondary. Yeah, so it kind of fell right into play. Just being mindful of how we treat our environment, how important our resources are to us, and any little bit that we can do. And the good thing about that space is you can volunteer of yourself and of your time. And the work that they do advocating for sustainable development, for us to rethink, the way we do things, for us to change our behavior, change our mindset, it's really awesome. So kudos to Green VA for the work that they continue to do. And anyone in the environment that is in the environment space, there's always a lot that can be done. So you can always go out and volunteer. So, yeah.
How would that experience now impact what you are now doing?
Well, it gives the opportunity to have conversations with business. So within the chamber, as the chamber is looking to advocate for businesses, looking to equip, empower, and educate businesses in that education space and realm, you can talk to businesses about how they do business. So beyond just the economics, there's that environmental stance that you can take. So we can green businesses. So we can curtail and partner with the work that's already being driven by Green VA and through the Ministry of Natural Resources on the government side, and encourage businesses to look at how they do business and what kind of impact their business is having on the environment. And when you change certain aspects, it might allow you to elevate your business to the next level. So there's always that opportunity. So education is key.
Education is key, and I now you're hearing that you were once a teacher. I could understand how kids gravitated because I look at you in the environment of Green VI, and there was always this thing where kids are always around you, and you meshed with them so nicely. So now I know.
Yeah, and then it's interesting too, because a lot of the people that you meet in the business spaces as well are former students of mine. Pastor Vidal Charles, that did the invocation and benediction at our rebrand on Tuesday, was one of my former students. So it's interesting being able to work alongside a lot of the individuals that have passed through basically your hands. So it's you're getting it from all sides. So you're getting it from all sides. But as I said, this is a very, I mean, I've worked along with the chamber during my tenure with the Department of Trade. So it's not a unfamiliar space. But as I said, now being in there and being able to assist, it's an exciting space. It's an exciting time, especially for the chamber now in this new rebrand. So on Tuesday, we rebranded from the BVI CCHA to now the BVI Chamber of Commerce, BVI COC. And, you know, it's about forging that way forward to continue playing that pivotal role where we're advocating for broader business community, fostering business growth, and helping to create an environment that's, you know, conducive for economic development. As a person on the other side of the fence, I know that it's quite difficult for businesses, you know, when they go out and try to get certain things done. So having a networking group that persons can be a part of that can add to that, strengthen the advocating voice. So when Chamber talks about advocacy, you know, you're trying to stand in the middle, be that, you know, that middleman to try to bring forward all the concerns within the business community and to see that a shift takes place so that, you know, we can talk about we can actually see what we're constantly talking about. We can see real economic development. We can see real growth and real change. It's not easy in that space at all.
Yeah, we know it for sure. Since the rebrand, well, I know the official launch of your new logo and your new chapter, I would want to call it. It's been a few months, but the official thing was just this week. Over that period, since you've been there, what is your take, your feel of the business environment, which is now a part of the chamber?
Well, so I've not been there that long, but for the few weeks, just seeing individual, one, it catches people's eye. So persons, you know, the new logo now, as people passing, because people have been passing before, and they've not really realized that that's where the chamber was. You know, that they've been passing it on a regular basis, and I think there was a misconception as to who and what the chamber is.
Okay.
And you know, so if persons would go back to the live and listen to how the guest speaker, which was Miss Pettifer Lewis from the Grenada Chamber of Commerce and Industry, when she talked about, you know, the benefits to that separation, and it means that the chamber can focus on business broad, just businesses, micro, small, medium enterprises and larger business entities, and be an advocating voice for not just an industry, but all industries. So for persons coming in, even to the open house, we had a few persons come in, and just seeing the excitement on one young lady's face. She doesn't have a business, but when I encouraged her to encourage her friends or anybody that she know that's in business, to come in, you know, to ask some questions, find out more about who and what the chamber is, what benefit it is out there for businesses when they join the chamber, you know, what tools are set aside to help equip them. And she of herself got excited. She was like, she's going to start considering, you know, futuristically, you know, because now there is a support mechanism to say, you know.
What are some of those benefits?
So, well, for members, so members can experience growth. Obviously, more persons get to know about your business. So your business is on a platform where, for example, e-blasts go out to all membership. So if you have something going on in your business, or you may have gone through a rebrand yourself, your entire membership, the entire 200 plus almost 300 businesses, they would know about it. And then being on the various platforms that the chamber has, Instagram, Facebook, you know, the newsletters. And this is not just here, because regional entities tap in as well. So regional entities get to know who and what we have in our space. So if persons visit our website at www.bvichamber.org, they can get more information. They can see what's going on in the region, as well as we are part of CARICHAM, the Caribbean Chamber of Commerce, to which Ms. Pettifer Lewis is also the chairperson.
Yes.
So first female chairperson. So, you know, just being in that space or having the information at a hand's reach. So growth, credibility. Businesses that join the chamber, you know, persons trust. They already trust the business, but the fact that the business is a part of this larger organization, and even with our businesses, whether it's product services, getting exposure in the region, as I said, because other entities visit, our Facebook pages, they visit, our website, our information. If you're a part of that Caribbean network, it's out there. So which means you're out there. So you get
Yes.
that exposure. You get to be a part of the advocating voice. So it's not person sitting inside the chamber talking for you. You are able to have a say, and then we're able to be that stopgap that can try to carry things forward to make sure that the necessary things are put in place that can equip businesses, from whether it needs to be policies that need to be relooked, things that, the partnership between government, because having public-private partnerships is very important.
And we heard that call and we heard
And
that
yes, very
commitment
much
at the
so.
launch,
So
yes.
just having that voice, and the chamber will then advocate on the behalf of the businesses, the networking. Some persons might be familiar with the lunch and learns or the business after hours. So there's that opportunity to network with our local businesses and learn more about their products and their services, and what's in it for you, because having that connection, having that network might be able to propel you in your business forward. Then visibility, as we go back again, just visibility through the various modes and channels. Even just me being here today, being able to share information. There are opportunities out there for businesses to do the like.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, one of the things that I admire and I did not know that is how it happens, especially in the business sector, is the collaboration among businesses. I was fortunate to be among a group of business persons while they were discussing imports. And I was shocked to know that businesses come together, though they are competing in a market space in terms of getting their products sold. They collaborate heavily. Okay, I am bringing in food boxes. Okay, so I would not just bring in my 5,000. We can all collaborate and we can make it 100,000, and we split it when it comes, and it helps. And then they talk about that collaboration in the space of the BVI Chamber of Commerce, where they were able to find each other,
Yeah.
see and hear of each other's.
So peer to
Yes,
peer, so that peer to peer,
yes,
so that
yes.
again, that's where that networking comes in, and it can extend beyond the BVI, because of late we had a visit by the St. Lucia export team, and they were looking to see what is it that we have here that they can take back, as well as how well would some of the things that they have be able to thrive here. So they were able to, come in, have their conversation. So we're looking more at, those types of relationships, investigating more of how we could have trade missions that either with our persons or our local persons here, maybe going out into the
others-
Caribbean region, and then
others
others coming in.
in.
So just, continuing to just, again, have that, create those opportunities for networking of like businesses. So for example, you can have a caterer here in conversation with a caterer maybe in Anguilla, and they're collaborating and talking about what were the difficulties as far as developing the business, what are some things that they've learned, maybe even able to swap some information on how to better brand your product. So there's all this opportunity, and again, joining the chamber. So there are a lot of businesses that again are members of the chamber, but weren't really quite understanding
What's
what was
on,
going
how
on,
it
because there's a lot of talk
operates, yes.
about tourism, a lot of talk about the service industry, and may have felt like, okay, I don't really fit. So again, the rebrand gives us the opportunity to be able to have like a clearer vision for where you do fit,
And be
and
more
you do,
focused
and be more focused
on business, which brings us to that part of our conversation. We were talking about a trade expo
Yep.
that is coming up. Tell us a bit about that.
Okay,
plan.
so we have the Trade Expo coming up on October 20th and 21st. That's the Friday and Saturday. It will be at the Multipurpose Sports Complex. There's more information, as I said, on our website. Persons can start registering now. Persons can register either as exhibitors or sponsors. So we have platinum, gold, silver, and bronze sponsor levels. So individuals can go on, look to see what best suits or fit them, and they can come in as both. You can sponsor and still have an exhibit, or you can choose to do either or. So there are options. And we do encourage persons to get on site. Some persons have already been calling the office and asking for more information or clarity, which is good. So it means that they went onto the website and they now need some more information to help them make a decision. But if we're going to have this happening in October, it means that we need to have individuals all registered at the very latest by the middle of September.
Yes.
So registration is open now, so persons can go on the website, gain more information, register. Registering now doesn't mean that you have to run in with the money immediately. It means that we at least know that you're interested, and we know what it is you're looking at doing, and we can then start to organize, making sure that everybody has a space to fit on the day of. But as I said, the first thing, foremost thing, is to just, to get on that website, to register, to call the office at 345-3513. You can even email me at events@bvichamber.org. So again, there's a wealth of information. Now, one thing most people may not have realized, the first BVI trade show, as it was then called, was held in 1997 by joint efforts of the BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association at the time and the Trade Promotion Unit. So we didn't have the Department of Trade yet. There was a Trade Promotion Unit, and that was headed at that time by Miss Lizette George. And this Trade Expo involved an exceptional platform of showcasing the breadth and depth of Virgin Islands business. So you're able to see it being a catalyst to push some growth and promoting the businesses in that space and having engagement with business and customer. So people were able to dialogue, ask you about your service. What is it that you have? I didn't know you were in this space. How do I contact you? So we're able to put businesses at the forefront, and customers were able to tangibly get to see products, touch things, ask questions, experience that for themselves, and then they could patronize the business going forward. And even getting feedback means the business is now able to look at, how can I make my business better? What can I do to encourage more people to come into my space?
And how I could even expand.
Yeah, sometimes I think we get comfortable and we tend to, okay, I'm the only one here, so everybody's going to always come to me. Competition is a good thing sometimes, because it means you are able to step up your game, clean up your act to keep your customers. And if we notice a lot of people, if you look at the service industry right now, a lot of persons are using TripAdvisor and several different things. They're getting the adequate feedback that they need on those platforms, so that they can ramp up and enhance their business and enhance their customer experience. So when I walk into your business, I need to experience your business. You're not just selling me a dress. You're not just selling me a shirt. I need to walk away with an experience
and a feeling and a satisfaction.
So when I go out there, I become your walking billboard, because if I have a bad experience, that's what I'm going to communicate. If I have a good experience, that's what I'm going to communicate. So businesses that find the benefits in the chamber, like the social media promo, being able to be on the BVI COC website, having business coaching sessions, and e-blast to all members. When they start to see a difference or a change in the traction of the flow that's coming through their businesses, they're then able to share and say, listen, my experience as a member has been this. And other persons will come in. So it's for us to make sure that we're continually in contact with. But as I said, the trade show now gives a platform for existing businesses to show even more of what they have to offer, and new persons who are very new in the space to have that opportunity to expose themselves to the entire business community, not just the customer, but the other business persons as well. Because like we said, we go back to where there's a collaboration between businesses that help each other, so that hand in hand can help the businesses to grow. Now, we've not had a trade expo since 2017 due to the major hurricanes and then the pandemic. So that kind of, slowed things down. But up until that time, the last trade show attracted close to roughly 70 businesses.
Wow.
And
scene.
Yes, and it has been a keen interest in its return. So we're expecting a significant increase in exhibitors this time and more public participation. So again, guys, businesses that are out there that can and have the capacity to sponsor, your sponsoring allows for us to give the opportunity for others in this business space to get in the door, to showcase what they have, even create probably some partnerships with some of the said sponsors
Yes.
and expand and grow. We can't grow in a silo. If we're
Yeah.
talking about a business community, it means when one person in that community thrives, it trickles down and everybody's able to rise up.
Yes.
So, as I said, the event is scheduled for the 20th and 21st of October. So we're encouraging persons to, register now. Again, either as a sponsor or an exhibitor. And the theme,
Or even both.
Of both. The theme is celebrating the Virgin Islands entrepreneurial spirit. That's our theme for this year, 2023.
Okay.
So for the sponsors, the packages are also a way for the sponsors to have their businesses promoted.
Throughout.
Bring awareness to, again, who they are, what they do, and just create a favorable condition, for growth. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to our partners. We're looking forward for this event being a resounding success. We're looking forward to the chamber being able to push its mission, which is to empower, educate, and equip businesses for their success and development. Now, besides the trade show in October, we do have Global Entrepreneurship Week coming up in November.
Oh.
So this is a global event, and we're going to participate, on our local level as well. So Global Entrepreneurship Week, it's one of the world's largest celebrations of innovation, job creation, the launch of startups, and bringing to life, and driving economic growth and development. And in some places, in other countries, it's a push to expand human welfare.
Okay.
Because, again, when you talk about that startup, that's somebody stepping into a thing that's going to become their livelihood, that's going to drive a better sense of living and purpose for them. And so that Global Entrepreneurship Week would be from the 13th to the 17th. That's where it's celebrated
November.
internationally.
Okay.
And so we're going to be joining in the celebration and trying to inspire individuals and businesses to help them take the next step in their entrepreneurial journey.
Awesome.
So we're going to end that Global Entrepreneurship Week in November with our annual awards, business awards.
Oh, well, we will provide that the time and space for us to
have
talk
a
more about that.
Yeah.
But in this moment, we want to ensure that everyone capitalizes early as possible for
the
that
Trade Expo.
Remind us of the website to go to.
So www.bvichamber.org.
Awesome.
And you can reach us at 345-3513.
All right.
All right.
Interesting stuff, Laurelie. Glad to know of the little background that we talked about earlier.
No problem.
That gives us an insight to how all of this comes together, and more so how we are bringing our business people together. Young, seasoned, unseasoned, new and old, into this space of the BVI Chamber of Commerce. Get familiar with the name now, BVI Chamber of Commerce. It's no longer BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association. Bam, bam, bam. Separation that is doing well for both the sides. And thank you for you and your team for what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
I love the youth behind of you in that team. I've had the opportunity to meet some of them there at the relaunch.
Yes.
And great team. So that alone tells the story.
Yeah.
Thank you so
You're
much for
very
stopping
welcome.
by.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and thank you for joining us for this edition of The Big Story. I'm Kathy Richards.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year.
Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
We will live well.
Opiate. Hi, I'm Cowboy, and I'm running for president of Steak. Thank you. And I will meet your needs. Some bathrooms are so expensive to build, they come with security. But at Staycation Butchers, our meats are affordable. People always ask me, Cowboy, where does your salmon come from? Well, our salmon comes from the water. I vote for Cowboy. As a vote for quality, integrity, and consistency. So come into Staycation Butchers and cast your vote for me, your next president of steak. Alexandra Durant approves this message.
No, I don't.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.